Namaste everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the fifth day of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Now let's do the Siddhartha Dhyana prayer meditation. Gently close your eyes. Observe your body from head to toe. As you observe, connect to your breathing, natural breathing. Observe the inhalation and exhalation. Now connect to the deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now observe your chest region, the heart center, and let's chant Omkara 3 times. Om. Relax. Inhale. Om. Relax. Inhale. Om. Relax. Come to the Namaskara Mudra. Let's take blessings from the universal energy. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Observe the universal energy flowing through your body from the Sahasrara in the form of light. Now let's also take blessings from the Guru, from all the Guru energy. Ajnanatinirandhasya jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Take the blessings from all the Gurus and let's be in silence for about 10 seconds. Relax your hands. Gently rub your palms. And keep down the eyes. Feel the warmth. And gently massage your body. And slowly, slowly open your eyes. Thank you everyone for making it for the certification course on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. We warmly welcome Yogacharya Sri Dr. Nagaraj Guruji to take over the session.
Patanjali, namaste.
Namaste.
Guruji is to join.
Yet to join, is it? Okay.
Okay, so he'll join within in a while.
Okay. Can take a recap of what was done yesterday. So it was the sutras, the Samadhipada sutras were being explained yesterday till number 24. Sutra number 24. So hope everyone is able to go through, write down. I think Guruji was mentioning about writing them down in your own language. Okay, so I'm just figuring it out, Guruji. Just hold on. Guruji is joining in 2 minutes. So yeah, so we were discussing about writing the sutras down in our own languages, and then also writing the summary of what uh, explained and then what we could understand. And then only when we write the summary, I think we get a lot of questions. So it's important to connect to our understanding on the topic. I'm sure. So this was yesterday. It was the samadhi stages of samadhi, different types of samadhi was being explained, and then we definitely can connect to some of the stories that we might have heard, and try to connect to what he was saying, Guruji was mentioning. So I think if we have not started yet, writing them down, I think we can still do it. The idea is to write them down. So writing anything down is the quick connect to our subconscious mind, and then planting the seeds, as they say. And then sometime back, Pravinji also shared a YouTube video wherein there is a beautiful rendering of all the sutras were were shared. That beautiful rendering, you can open the sutras, and then start chanting along with it. I think that really gives us a lot of clarity on what the topic, what the sutra might be explaining. And then I request you all to type in your experiences. May not be questions, but also share your experiences in 1 or 2 sentences, and that we will share it with Dr. Guruji and see what he has to say. Are we on the right path? Guru does steer us, right? So if we are deviating, Guru will be able to steer us back to the truth, to the reality, and eventually immortality, right? So that's the whole essence. I think Guruji has joined. Guruji?
Yes, please.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for joining. You can please take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you. आबाहु पुरुषाकारम् शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणम् सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतम् प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम् Ishvara Pranidhanidva. This is the first suggestion to attain this state of samadhi, or at least to overcome all the thought waves and get into a state of highest concentration. To submit yourself at the lotus feet of the Lord. A particular word here has been used in order to introduce the entire darshana of the yoga, that is Ishvara. Apart from Sankhya, this is the main difference in the darshan of yoga, that the concept of yoga has been introduced. Yoga darshana is one of the Astika darshanas, Vaidika darshana also, where we see the inevitable existential feature of the Ishvara. Ishvara is an inseparable entity for a yoga student. The philosophy of this, especially of yoga, it could be Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, or Darshana, whatever be it. We see the existence of Ishvara. Ishvara means not only the Lord, he is such an entity that who has created all this and has remained not being attached to any of the creation. Though Ishvara is the creator, his attachment with something that he has created is not explained here, since he has got all the detachment with the existing or the so-called the created ones. Then how the embodiment of the Ishvara exists? It is said, Klesha karma vipakashei paramavishtaha Ishvaraha Purusha Visheshaha Ishvara. Klesha karma vipakashei paramavishtaha Purusha Visheshaha Ishvaraha. Ishvara is almost like the Purusha. Purusha is the perceptor or the experiencer, I have already said. But Ishvara is the root cause. Upadana Karana, we tell. Is the Upadana Karana. He has created. The question is, out of what the Purusha has been created by Ishvara? There is no next material. For Ishvara, there is no next material to create. Ishvara is the only material because in the beginning, Ishvara was the only entity existed. So out of his own existential body, it may be a sense perceivable body, no, may not be, but out of his own body, he has created everything. So that is the Upadana Karana, the material existence, that is. The material truth, that's the material truth, Purusha has been created, how Purusha has been created. But since he has created everything, he has not established any attachment with the created ones. This is the difference between Ishvara and the Purusha. Purusha Visheshaha is also Purusha because he has created. Then what is else here? Nothing else here. Since everything is created by Ishvara, there is no such thing which has been created by Ishvara. So everything is Ishvara. But usually what Purusha do, if Purusha does something, he gets into attachment. That's what's called the Drishyam. With all the Drishyam, Purusha gets attachments. He feels that this belongs to him. For him, that is lovable. I have told already, the nearest existence is one's own body. Purusha feels body is himself, the physical body. Actually, Purusha is not the body. Here, Purusha is a common gender, I have told already. It is neither male nor female. It is common gender because the Purusha is the experiencer. He has been experiencing this entire creation. As he has got a physical body, feels all other physical bodies. It could be a material or it could be the jivas, what is called the jiva, the life. In something, for example, in another person, Purusha finds the life. In another animal like a dog or donkey, Purusha finds the life. In a rock, in a planet like in a planet like a Jupiter or Saturn or whatever be it, Purusha never tries to find the jiva, the life. But in the view of Ishvara, everything is Chetana. Everything is life. This is the technical word, Chetana. Everything is Chetana. But actually, Purusha is also Chaitanya. Purusha is also Chaitanya. Then Ishvara is also Chaitanya because out of one Chaitanya, the other Chaitanyas have come, but the derived Chaitanyas have started believing that the body itself is the Chaitanya. So body is not the Chaitanya. There is a factor called Chaitanya in the body. It is inside the body, also outside the body. So Purusha is such a Vishesha Purushaha, a special type of an extraordinary Purusha is called extraordinary Purusha. Tatra Niratishaya Sarvagna Bijam. In him, there exists a Sarvagna Bijam. Because he is he is the knower of everything. He knows everything. That's why Sarvagna Bijam. It's in it's in the seed form in him. But in us, it is in expressed form. This is the difference. Ishvara contains everything. Purusha also contains everything. But in Ishvara, it is not so expressed. It is not so sense perceivable. Because Ishvara doesn't need any sense organs. He is the perceiver, he is the perceived, and he is the perception. But Purusha is only the perceiver of what that has been created by the Ishvara. That's why in Ishvara there is Sarvagna Bija, because he is knower of everything. Purveshamapi Guruhu Kalena Vachedat. That is 26. Purveshamapi Guruhu. This is the qualification. He is the Guru of all Gurus. Since he has created, there was no other Guru for him, because before him nothing was existed. So that's why he is the Guru of all Gurus, Master of all Masters, Kalena Vachedat. This is very important explanation in yoga. He stands beyond the time. He stands beyond the time. Ishvara stands beyond time. What is meant by standing beyond the time? As Purusha, I am, we are created ones. We find the time because the sun rises and the sun sets. And we call that period as a day. So like that, so many days we have been experiencing. For Ishvara, there is no day, there is no night. There is no counting of hours or counting of weeks and counting of years and so on. Because he has no time at all. In him, there is no sun, there is no moon, there is no star, there is no planet, and there is nothing. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhanti, kutoyam agnihi. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam, tasya bhasa sarvavidam vibhati. In him, there is no rising of the sun, there is no rising of the moon. There is no twinkling star, there are no revolving planets. There is not even a flow of electric current, because Ishvara is beyond all this. He has no time. He is beyond the time. Those who perceive the physical features, they perceive the existence. For Ishvara, no such timeline has been explained. He is beyond time. Kalena Vacheda. He is beyond the Kala. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. He expresses through a elemental feature called the Pranava. That is his Vachaka. He always represented by it. It's called the Pranava. Usually we call that as the Om. Pranava is nothing but Om. But there is a special meaning for it. Pranava means the prana, the source energy. That's called the Pranava. He is the source energy. He is represented by the source energy. That's why it's called prana. The word pranava is from the prana. Those who have got the prana, they have got the pranava in them. So we have to experience that original primordial sound. That primordial sound is called the pranava. That is the Ishvara. Niratishaya Sarvagna Bijam. Tajjapas Tadartha Bhavan. So you are being the created one. You are the creature derived from the Ishvara. Tajjapas Tadartha Bhavanam. You have to focus on the same primordial sound. So you start doing japa on it. This is called the japa. So repeating the same sound. Then how do I perceive that primordial sound? Because in him, because in you, there is already primordial sound. The primordial sound exists in you in the form of the pranava, that is Om. So focus on that sound. Because among the tanmatras, the subtlest one is called the sound, Shabda. The basic ones, the Gandha, Rasa, Rupa, Sparsha, Shabda. So the basic one is the Gandha, represented by the earth. The Rasa, the next one, represented by the liquid or the water. Rupa, the form. Sparsha, the touch. Shabda, it is from the Akasha. Akasha is not any form. There's no for Akasha. It is only the Shabda, the sound. Tajjapastadartha bhavanam. It is not only focusing upon the sound, you have to imagine the meaning of it, the artha bhavanam, why it has been created. You have to think upon that. Tataha pratyak chetanadhigamo antara bhavascha. Now, why you have to focus upon the Ishvara or the primordial sound? For you to attain a state of samadhi or to attain a state where all the thought waves are controlled, you have got so many obstacles. You have to overcome the obstacles. Unless you overcome the obstacles, you cannot understand you cannot hear the primordial sound. To hear the primordial sound, you doesn't need any ear, any auditory organ you don't need. But you are required there. You means you are in the form of the Chaitanya. You are required there. So there are so many obstacles for you. They are called the antarayas. They are called the antarayas. Like that, there are 9 antarayas Patanjali has enlisted. Vyadhi, Sthana, Samshaya, Pramada, Alasya, Avirati, Prantir Darshana, Alabdha Bhumikatva, Anavastitatvani, Chitta Vikshepa, Te Antarayaha. This is a long list of the obstacles. There are 9 obstacles. The first one is the Vyadhi. Next is the Sthana. Then comes the Samshaya, Pramada, Alasya, Avirati, Prantir Darshana. We will go one by one. First one is the Vyadhi. Sickness. It is about the sickness. What is meant by sickness? So now the Purusha has to realize what are the features that he has. Whether he has a body, whether he has the sense organs, everything one has to consider. So I shall now, for the sake of understanding my own self, consider every existential feature. It is from the human body to every other body. Vyadhi, how it happens. For a therapist, whatever may be the line of therapy, the way of therapy, every therapist has to know this. How the sickness appears in us, how it exists, how it forms. So as a Purusha, as a physical entity, I have got 7 elementary factors. They are called the dhatus. It is called the sapta dhatu. It is the elemental form of the created one. So the sapta dhatus are there. They are rasa, rakta, mamsa, metha, asti, majja, shukra. These are the 7. If anybody is taking this down, once again I repeat, rasa, rakta, mamsa, metha, asti, majja, and the shukra. The first one is the rasa. It is the liquid form. It is the liquid. What is rasa? This is also about anna rasa. The food that you take, you will become that. If I can understand the food that you consume, you are that. You are represented by the food. So the food is the basic supply for the establishment of the Purusha. Because you have been believing the physical existence, so the food has been given to you in the physical form. In the Aitareya Upanishad, a story goes like this to explain the significance of the anna, the food. So in the beginning, the Lord, the God, has created everything. Once again, the story says how he has created. What was the material? There is a material truth for him, that is the Upadana Karana. Out of his own body, he created all other bodies. He just waved his hand and everything was created. So once the Purusha was created, he started begging the Lord, I cannot sustain myself. I am so hungry now. I need some food. So God once again created the Anna, the food. So Anna was scared of this Purusha because Anna thought, I will be perished by this Purusha. I will be no more because the Purusha is attacking me. I shall run away from here. So the Anna, the food, started running from there. This is only a story. You try to get the meaning of this. So Anna, having assumed a physical form, started running. The food started running. But by that time, Purusha was also had an existential physical form. So behind the Anna, the running Anna, he started chasing it. He wanted to catch. But see how the beautiful story is. The Purusha was so content, also so lazy. When he is still sitting in a place, he started staring at the Anna. Only he started staring. He thought by staring at it, I will be content. I can feel as if I have consumed the food by eating, by masticating it. No, this doesn't happen. When he started staring at the Anna, Anna didn't stop, it was running. He prayed the God and asked, though I am looking at the Anna, I am not able to catch it. Then he started using all other organs to catch it from the place where he was. He didn't move. Then finally he thought, Anna is also like me. So since I have got that primordial sound in the form of pranava sound, the Anna also has got that pranava, the same sound, because that is the original feature. If I say I have got the pranava, I have got the primordial sound, I have got the prana, then I should also be able to see the same prana in the other material. As a Purusha, I can experience my own prana. Then why don't you see the same prana in the Anna? So this Purusha has started inhaling, or what's called the grana, started inhaling the very fragrance of that food. He started using his body to consume the food and make use of that opportunity to have the food. He started inhaling through his prana. So through his prana, he could catch the food and that food was consumed. This is the story. And further, the story explains. In the beginning, if the Purusha, if he was able to understand the Anna or consume the Anna only through the staring, now we would have also satisfied just by looking at the Anna. No, it's not possible. So I have to catch the Anna. I have to physically consume the Anna, the food. Then only I get satisfaction of the food. Staring itself is not enough. If you look at the food, you can't really satisfy. You have to physically act, to eat it, to masticate it, and to swallow it, and to drink it, eat it, and so on. You need all. Mere darshana is not satisfactory. That's why the word darshana has got a broader meaning. It is not only looking at, it is understanding of the material through all the senses. It could be an auditory sense or a olfactory sense, whatever be that. You have to perceive by using all the senses. So, Vyadhi, how it happens? Dhatu rasa karanayor vaishamyam. This is in the Vyasa Bhashya. For all the descriptions and the explanations, I have I am depending upon the Vyasa Bhashya, also the Bhashya of Vachaspati Mishra. And 99% of my explanations is out of the Bhashya. I originally speak nothing. Very few words I may be adding of my own. While providing illustrations, I may be providing the contemporary illustrations. That's all. Otherwise, most of my explanations depend upon the Bhashya of Vyasa and the Bhashya of Vachaspati Mishra. So Vyadhi, the first one, is trying to explain Dhatu, Rasa, Karanayor Vaishamyam. There's a sense of difference. There's a difference among the Dhatu, Rasa, and the Karana. The Karana is Indriya. Dhatu is the Sapta Dhatu, Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medha, Asti, Majja, and the Shukra. Rasa, the food you have consumed, is called the Rasa. It exists in the form of Rasa in you. Rasa is not the liquid I am explaining. It is in its essential feature. The essential feature of the food is called the rasa. So the rasa on one hand, the dhatu is on the other hand, and the karana, the indriyas on the other hand. These three get themselves into a fighting. They started fighting in you. So that situation of fighting of these three is called the time of roga or the vyadhi. The vyadhi. The vyadhi is of two types. That is Vyadhija, Adhija. Adhi and the Vyadhi. It could be the sickness upon the body. It could be the sickness in the mind also. It could be a physical sickness or it could be an emotional sickness. Anyway, it is called the Roga or the Vyadhi. Adhi Vyadhi. It is called Adhi and the Vyadhi. The mental one and the physical one. So Dhatu Rasakarani or Vaishamyam Vyadhi. Now the therapist has to understand, if I am treating a person who is in sickness, should I treat the saptadhatus or the rasas or the karanas? If I can focus upon these three elemental factors, then therapy is very easy. So first look at the physical entity of that person. It is made up of saptadhatus. And in that physical form, there is anarasa, there is rasa also. Then start treating the sense organs, the karana. These three existential features are to be treated in the beginning. Then the vyadhi, so-called the existing roga, is treated directly. Then how to reach the anarasa, how to reach the rasa, rakta, mamsa, medha, asti, majjan, shukra, or the bone, the bone marrow, the shukra is called, it could be the semen in the male or could be the egg or the ovum in the female. Whatever be that. So we should be able or so strong enough to reach all the saptadhatus. So if you are treating a person, means you may not be attending the whole physical body. You have been attending the features, the primary features, and these three are the primary features. Also treating the sense organs, you know how to treat the sense organs. Take hold of all these three, then you will be able to treat whatever may be the type of treatment, therapy. That is therapy. This is about the vyadhi. Dhyana. It's about the laziness. There are two types of laziness. One is the laziness of the body. Other is the laziness of the sthana. How this sthana occurs? Gurutvad apravrittihi. Gurutvad apravrittihi. Vyasa explains. As if you start feeling your physical form, you may be experiencing the weight of it. Gurutva. It could be the attraction also, the weight, the mass. Since you are made up of mass, you can experience your own self through perceiving your mass. If the mass in you increases, then comes the laziness of the mind. Gurutvada pravriti, then you will not be active. The activity reduces. As the mass increases, the activity decreases. If you want to be active, reduce the mass. You should not take this in the physical form. It's not reducing the weight of you, weight of your body. I'm telling about decrease the weight of you, the emotional weight. If you can reduce the emotional weight, you will be out of this dhyana, the mental laziness. You have become so heavy emotionally. It's not the weight of the body I'm speaking about. You have become so big and big mass in your own self, emotional weight. This is the way, this is the time where the mind slides down itself into a state of laziness called this dhyana. This is this dhyana. Gurutva apravritti. Now, if you want to become active and active, then you reduce the mass of you. A big heap of the mass in you. Dissolve it. Take that out. You will be finding the Divya Chaitanya in you. So this is how Gurutvat Apravritti, that's what is called this dhyana. Vyadhi dhyana samshaya. Samshaya is the nature of doubt. For Purusha, everything is doubtful. As a physical form, I look at doubts. I have got doubt in everything. Everything. It's not the questioning in me. Enquiry is different. I'm not seeking the truth through the enquiries. But I have got doubt. Instead of getting into enquiries, I am in the state of doubting it. If there is a question, how this existence has come, from where the existence has come, this is one of the basic questions in me. It is an inquiry in me. As a sane person, I go to the inquiry. I start making a research how this existence has come. But whenever the obstacles called the antarayas are existing in you, you are not inquiring. You are only doubting how this existence has come. I have got a doubt whether it has come out of the material, whether it has come out of the energy. So give out the doubts. You can make the inquiry. This is difference between inquiry and the samshaya, the doubt. If you want to know, again Krishna says, Tadvidya pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. You have to serve the Guru. This is the only way to know. You have to question before him. You have to make inquiry about everything if you want to know something about. Go to the Guru, be with him, serve him. Tadvidya pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. These are the three ways. One is the pranipata, called the Ishwara pranidhana, surrendering to the Guru, the Master. Who is the Master? Once again, Master of Masters is the Ishwara. Finally, you have to surrender there. Even if there's a other person like you, whom you are considering as the Guru, is nothing but the Ishwara. You have to see Ishwara in the Guru, because he is the Guru of Gurus. He stands beyond the time, is above time. For him, there's no time at all. So avoid all the doubts. Stand above doubts. You should never stay in the doubt. As long as you stay in this state of doubts, you will not get into the enlightenment. Enlightenment, the sakshatkara, it's called the samshaya. Pramada, looking at the dangers. Looking at the dangers, pramada. Whatever that you see, you are looking at the danger. You are scared of everything. Because you have got one feature in you called the abhinivesha, the fear. It's called the fear of death. That's why it's called the bhaya. It's called the fear. If I am taking so much of care about myself, that's about my physical body, because I have got one feature called the prana. Any material here, I feel that may bring danger to me. So I look at dangers in everything. I'm taking extraordinary care to protect myself. This is called the pramada. No, come out of such a sense of fear. If you can stand beyond the fear, it is very easy for you to have the realization and to come out of the obstacles. So the pramada is one such. Like that, he explains all the 9 obstacles. So here we will enter into the questioning and answering. Please come out with questions, because through questions I will be able to explain all this. Suvardhan,
Yes,
have any
Guruji.
question? Have any questions?
Yes, Guruji. One question we got. So, so that is, so why Patanjali has chosen to explain Samadhi in the beginning, Guruji? I think you touched upon it in the first, I don't remember, first or second class, but still, for in the interest of all the audience, I think you can take that question.
What's that question? It's about the Samadhi.
It's about why Patanjali has chosen to explain Samadhi in the beginning and not at the end, and after the sadhana and everything.
This is one of the primary questions. This is very good. The Patanjali Yoga Sutra begins with this explaining the Samadhi. It's called the Samadhi Pada. As a common person, the next chapter is called the Sadhana Pada. How to achieve the Samadhi, it explains. Since Patanjali feels we are all so learned, we are already enlightened, he feels. So directly he goes to the Samadhi and explains. Mostly he realizes later and he thinks, so all people are not so enlightened. So I have to explain how I could explain this, how I could attain the state of Samadhi. So he started in the next chapter, he gives the measures how to attain Samadhi. Now, the ultimate way of attaining, or the only way of attaining Samadhi, he has explained, that is about the Ishvara. Ishvara Pranithanidva. So in next chapter, he explains step by step, because looking at the body first. Come on, you start from your body. Do asanas, yoga asanas. To attain a state of samadhi, you don't need any asana. You doesn't need any physical preparation. You need the focusing. You need the meditation. The focusing is most important one. The repeated focusing. So by that, you will be able to understand the state of samadhi. So he has given only the measure, only way, Ishvara Pranithaya. So the first chapter is about the samadhi, and Patanjali has realized to explain how to get that samadhi in the next chapter. The next chapter is the Vibhuti Pada. Now Patanjali has realized that if I say the ways to achieve samadhi, people again will question, why should I understand the state of samadhi? First he explained the samadhi. Then he has given the path to achieve the state of samadhi. Then he got a question. I have explained what is samadhi. I have explained how to achieve that. Then there is one more question. Why should I attain state of samadhi? Is there any benefit? The benefit. This is the common feature in the human being. What do I get? If you say, you please come to my classes. Then the first question, what do I get there? What is the benefit out of that practice? Why should I practice the meditation? Why should I practice the focusing upon my own self? Then why should I come to you? Do I get any benefit? Then I have to answer, you will get such a benefit and such a benefit and so on. If you say, if you come to my class, you are benefited with nothing. If you say so, then the person will not turn up to you. You have to explain what are the benefits that you are going to get. Then that is the third chapter, Vibhuti Pada. That is the Vibhuti Pada. Bhumira Ponlo Vayu Kammano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Iti Yamme Bhinnaha Prakriti Rashtadhaha. This is how the Lord exists. So now I have to explain what are the benefits of attaining Samadhi. That's called the Vibhuti Pada. So it is a chapter of powers. You will get so many siddhis. If I say so, do I get a siddhi? Yes. Attainment. Then I will enter into that. So to get the attraction of the Purusha, the siddhis are explained in the fourth chapter, a third chapter. But Patanjali has not forgotten to bring about the fourth chapter, that's about the Kaivalya, the final attainment. So to have the final attainment called the Kaivalya, the state of liberation from the bondages, it's in the last chapter. But instead of giving all the three chapters, second, third, and the fourth, in the first chapter itself, Patanjali has explained about the Samadhi. If you can understand the Samadhi, it is not necessary for you to go to the next chapters. But we are attracted by the benefits. So I go to the third chapter. Then I realize, why do I need the Vibhuti, the attainments, the siddhis? They are not used, they are not beneficial for me. The final benefit that I am going to get is the liberation from this bondage. It's called the realization, it's called the enlightenment, called the sakshatkara, understanding my own self. That's called the kaivalya. So this is a sequential, it's in a sequential order. Usually, for the beginners, we begin with the second chapter itself. That is the sadhana path. Especially, most people in a yoga class explain about the Ashtanga yoga. Yama-niyamasana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhi. So it begins, a yoga class of theories begins with the Ashtanga yoga. You have to practice this. Then you will be getting so many attainment like that. But I believe I am in an august house of learned people. So you do not need to go through the Ashtanga yoga. You are so strong enough to enter into the state of Samadhi directly, not through other means. Not through other means. So Patanjali in the first chapter has been explaining Samadhi. You directly enter into that. Why should you go through all other paths? You doesn't need any path. Because Ishvara is so close to you. You are the Ishvara. Aham Brahmasmi. So this is the realization we get out of the first chapter. Okay, anyway, this is a very good question. Any other such question, please?
No, Guruji, not at this time. Probably, one or two drishtantas that you can give from your experience while learning the sutras under the Guruji. Maybe in 1 or 2 minutes, if you can share some things to inspire us to take this forward.
Yes. So I belong to a Guru Parampara. It may be called as a disclosure, which is really not necessary. It is all about the experiencing. It is not about a physical experience, the samadhi. Samadhi is an emotional experience. It cannot happen through understanding your physical body. You have to understand your physical, emotional personality. Then in that emotional personality, there is spiritual personality in you. In that spiritual personality, there exists the divine personality, the Daivi Bhava. It's called the Daivi Bhava. Who is Daiva? You are the Daiva. Who is Atma? You are the Atma. And who is physical entity? You are that once again. So if you want to experience the Samadhi, being in the physical body, the only resort is the Guru, is the Master. Unless you are finding the oneness with the Guru, it's not possible to understand the state of Samadhi. This is what has to happen. And I can understand your question is more particular. What I'm explaining is not your question. I can understand. This could be a long way to know the state of samadhi.
Right.
For the time being, you have to understand your essential feature. Then you will be understanding samadhi. Of course, I think in the next classes, I may be convinced myself to explain such states. So please, we'll go to the next question, if at all there is any.
No, Guruji. I think can you explain? Okay, the difference between Sthana and Alasya. The
Yes. The
right.
sthana is also laziness, alasya is also laziness.
Right.
Sthana is the laziness of the mind. Alasya is the laziness of the body as well as the mind. In the alasya, there is body, also the mind. In the sthana, there is only one mind. Alasya, the sthana is the emotional laziness, the laziness of the mind. But alasya is the laziness of the body as well as the mind. This is the difference. Alasya and the sthana.
Excellent, Guruji. I think that's all we have for today. From the question perspective,
Okay.
I think
You just call other participants if they have any questions.
Right.
Okay. In one session, I would like to know who are participating. It's also good for me to know about the participants. How many participants are there presently today?
So we
Okay, it's okay.
yeah, 23, Guruji, including all of us. Yeah.
Okay. But I cannot see all the 23 from here. I can see very few from here. Okay. Anyway, we have to actually meet physically.
Absolutely, Guruji. Please suggest. I know if
We'll
you
make some occasion to meet ourselves because anyway, we must be thankful to this facility because at least through this camera, so-called, we are able to meet. Anyway, thanks to the research of scientists. Okay, today we will conclude. Someone has to recite the Shanti Mantra to conclude.
absolutely, Guruji. It's time to pray and then and offer our gratitude to Guruji. So let's chant the let's close our eyes and then thank all the gurus. Sri Nagaraj Guruji, Sri Vishwanath Guruji, Guruma. I thank all the gurus, the universal energy, the Panchabhutas, Panchatattvas. And let's recite this chant, Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's meet at the same time tomorrow, 6th day. Thank you, everyone.